Welcome back to the dark side, everyone on YouTube. Darth Vader's coming back at you with another video today. Today's video is going to be yet another video to review. Today's video review is going to be Nerf blasters. So, I have in total, thus far, 5 Nerf guns. I do plan on adding more to my collection. Only problem is I don't have a lot of space. So, for right now, I'm going to be going over the Nerf blasters that I have available, and if you guys have any recommendations on Nerf weapons that you think I should definitely have as a part of my collection, comment down below. So, I would think this is my biggest piece, is the Nerf Elite 2.0 Eagle Point. It comes with a total of 16 darts. This would be where you store the darts on the weapon. Comes with a removable scope piece, and it also has a removable barrel. Of course, honestly, I find that somewhat weird to look at, so I prefer this Nerf weapon fully equipped. And this was, I think this was, no, my Nerf Disruptor was the first ever Nerf blaster that I got, and I think this was my second. I'm pretty sure this was my second. So, you would prime the weapon for shooting by this method here, and trigger is here. Sweet. I am fast whenever it comes to shooting, especially this kind of Nerf weapon, so. It's easy for me to forget how fast I go through these darts. So, you can look through the scope, but it's not like an effective scope. It doesn't make distant things look closer, and it just, adds to the effect that you're using a scope on a weapon. Go ahead and round up these darts. There you go. Alright. And the way I do, I know some people would probably do it as like all one color in the barrel, and other people would have like the alternate color on the buttstock. I choose to like alternate it. My next biggest piece, if I had to take a guess, I would say is the Ender Dragon Nerf gun. And at first I was kind of like on the fence, but about getting the Ender Dragon, which was my 3rd Nerf gun in the collection. I think it was my 3rd, if it's not my 4th. One of the two. But after checking it out in Minecraft on mobile, there's a Minecraft map of Nerf stuff. And so I checked it out. I got a feel for it in the game, and I'm like, man, this is cool. So I looked at it in the store, and I was like, you know what? I'll check it out. And so I've got one for myself, and I got one for one of my relatives. So we both have an Ender Dragon. And I know what some of y'all are thinking. It's like, you both have an Ender Dragon Nerf gun. How do you tell them apart? I keep the wings like this, and for my relative, the wings are like this. So, the Ender Dragon Nerf gun comes with a total of 12 darts, and you can store the darts on the wing. It has this little orange mechanism which helps whenever you have a jam in the weapon. And yes, I know what you're thinking. It's like the Nerf guns can get a jam. Yes, they can. The way to kind of charge the weapon for shooting would be to pull the legs back and then push it forward. There's already darts in the weapon, so we'll go ahead and get right into it. Oh, and you would shoot it by squeezing this part here. Okay. It's easy to find the darts, especially because in like a semi-dark area, considering the fact that the darts are pink. Honestly, though, when it came to the darts, I was kind of expecting them to have like a more of a dark purple, or like a purplish tint to them, because whenever the Ender Dragon shoots a fireball at you, it's purple, I think. So, priming it like that. And notice how it doesn't come back. It's not coming back easily, so you push that. There we go. And then the maximum amount of darts this can hold is 4. And of course, once the 4 darts that are already loaded are fired, you would take the next set, drop them in. So, that does it for that weapon. Go ahead and round up the darts so that I don't forget about them later, because I will forget from time to time. My next Nerf piece is the Storm Charge Wild Edition, and this is my latest Nerf blaster. Like, I got it from the store earlier this afternoon. And you can remove pieces of it. Honestly, in my opinion, this looks weird, so I would keep this on. You can also remove the buttstock. Still, I think it looks weird. So the buttstock stays on. Neat little feature. You push this to disconnect the magazine. The magazine, the instructions say it holds 10, but it can kind of go up to 11. You come with 20 darts. You get 20 darts in the box. It says the max is 10, but if you push down, there's honestly enough room for like 1 more. But who puts in 11 darts and has 9 left over? Another cool thing is that there is I forget what it's called. It says in the instructions. If I remember what it's called, I will put it in the comment section down below. It says this has to be closed in order for the Nerf weapon to fire. But you would pull out the clip, pull this open in order to clear any jams in the weapon. And the cool thing about this is that this is a motorized Nerf blaster, and you would press and hold this down in order for enough energy to build up in order for the dart to fly farther. And yeah, so this is what it sounds like. And then here we go. So yeah, personally, this is my first ever motorized Nerf blaster, and I think it's pretty cool. So I do plan on, as I mentioned before, I do plan on getting more Nerf weapons in the future, and of course, among those are motorized Nerf weapons. I am missing a dart, but with the darts being this color, it would not be hard to find. Unless you walk past it twice, like I just did. So anyways, now we move on to, I think is my fourth Nerf blaster. Also part of the Nerf Elite 2.0 line, this is the Nerf Commander. This has guide rails on it so you can attach the muzzle, or the extendable muzzle from the eagle point to it. You can also add the buttstock from the storm charge. I haven't done that, the buttstock part, just yet, because I just got a weapon that has a removable buttstock on it. It also has what's called tactical rails, so you can attach a scope to it. However, I find that the scope gets in the way, especially when the means to prime the weapon for shooting is up here. So, but I mean, since we've got the option to do it, we'll go ahead and check it out now. All right. All right. I'll admit this kicks ass. I like it without the attachments, but I'm starting to like it even more with the attachments, and that's saying something. Just so that you guys have an idea as to what it looks like with the scope on. It's right back here, and I prefer to have my hand over the whole thing whenever pulling the thing back. I don't like it. So, but I mean, you have this option when you have the Eagle Point, the Storm Charge, yeah, and the Commander. You know, you have this option. It's a pretty cool option. But personally, I prefer its original configuration, interestingly enough. So, now to put these back on. There we go. And bam. So, back to the Commander. This was, I'm pretty sure this was my fourth Nerf blaster. And it comes with a total of 12 darts. I've already got 3 loaded in, and I'll be fucking damned if one of the darts is fucked up. Alright, so, let me change out the dart because I don't like that. I feel like when the dart is partially bent and kind of fucked up, it looks like shit. Even if you're not up close on the weapon, it looks like shit, in my opinion. So, like with the Eagle Point, I have 3 of like the blue and 3 of like the orange, I guess, darts loaded in. So, here it is. So, that is the Commander. And the weapon itself, it shoots pretty damn fucking good. It's just, for me personally, it's kind of a little loud whenever you pull the trigger, which would be here. So, and finally, we get to my first ever Nerf blaster. And I know what some of y'all are thinking. It's like, that was your first. How long did it take? How long did it take for you to get into Nerf? A very long time. So, this is the Nerf Elite Disruptor. This was when the Nerf darts were blue and orange in color. Before they switched over to a different shade of fucking blue for the darts. So, this also has tactical rails to attach a scope. And honestly, that's about all you can attach to the Disruptor is a freaking scope. And honestly, by itself, it looks good without the scope. There's the trigger. And you would pull back on this part of the weapon to prime it for shooting. Alright. So, yeah, these are the Nerf guns of my collection so far. I know there are people out there who have a much larger plethora of Nerf blasters and consider it a collection. Me, I'm just starting out, so the Nerf Disruptor was my first Nerf blaster. The Storm Charge Wild Edition, that is my most recent Nerf blaster. I do have plans on adding other blasters to my collection. I have a large selection of blasters on my watch list on eBay. That's where I'm going to be buying other blasters. As I mentioned before, if you guys know of any particular Nerf blasters that I should have in my collection, like that I should definitely have, is like, hey, this blaster is so fucking cool, like you should really have this as a part of your collection. Even if you think that it's not at that level, but you still think I should have it a part of my collection, comment that blaster down below. I believe here is the instructions on the Storm Charge. Access door. It's something so fucking simple and basic that should be easy to remember, and I can't fucking remember that for a video review. So, the Storm Charge is a part of the Elite 2.0 line. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed, and if so, be sure to leave a like on the video down below. If you're new around here, be sure to subscribe, turn on the notification icon so you don't miss a single video that I upload. Once I do get other Nerf blasters a part of my collection, I'm going to do like a separate video on those, as I mentioned, with my lightsaber collection. I want to say thanks to everyone who commented on my lightsaber video review, who gave me some recommendations on some lightsabers that I should definitely have a part of my collection. Thank you guys so much for doing so. I really appreciate it. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Remember, the Force will be with you always, and your destiny lies with me. Obi-Wan knew this to be true.